officer's children, but for the benefit of the society.
NAWA has continued to play a vital role in the development of Nigerian Army and the society as a whole, and Nigeria as a nation, especially in the educational sector.
President, Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAWA, Mrs. Fairley Minima, said the organization will continue to play its complementary role in building education for all and other areas of human development.
We will continue to put our best in maintaining a high standard in all our schools, and they will also remain affordable for all.
There were goodwill messages from friends and well-wishers of NAWA. Pupils of NAWA School put off several performances to entertain guests at the occasion. The secondary school was designed with modern facilities and when completed is expected to provide international standard of learning. In Abuja, I am Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
This is NTA International News. Ahead on the news, Rotary Club of Abuja District 9125 installs new president, presents Award of Excellence to Director, Training and Capacity Building of the Nigerian Television Authority. Burkina Faso protesters demand end to military rulership. Details shortly.
Stimulating attitudinal changes and initiating radical thinking. Sheyi Makinde, the man of his words, an achiever per excellence, imbibing public confidence and enlist mass participation in governance. Sheyi Makinde, a philanthropist, driving a collective vision of a people of your state in a unique way. Sheyi Makinde, a man of the people and a silent achiever. Sheyi Makinde can be trusted to do more.
We will change the future of our state for the better.
Sheyi Makinde, the man for change.
The Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Public Affairs, announces a public affairs forum holding at the Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. The theme, the Jonathan Administration, 4 Impactful Years. The forum will be an interactive session with professional groups, civil society organizations, the organized private sector, youth, women groups, trade, student union, market men, women, and invited members of the general public on the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Dates: Monday, November 3rd, 2014, Honorable Ministers of Health, Agriculture, and Education. Tuesday, November 4th, 2014, Honorable Ministers of Works, Trade, and Investment and Finance. Attendance is strictly by invitation. This program will be transmitted live on NTA on the days mentioned. Signed, Dr. Doyin Okukwe, Senior Special Assistant to the President, Public Affairs.
More news on NTA International. Michael Olani Oyoye has been installed as the president of Rotary Club of Abuja Gariki neighborhood by the district's governor, Mogbe Tolu Omoshola. The installation featured award presentation to 4 Nigerians for excellence in vocational and humanitarian services. Correspondent Ifeanyi Zumba reports that the Director, Training and Capacity Building of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Uche Onwonu, was among the recipients.
The Rotary Abuja Gariki neighborhood was chartered on the 29th of August 2014. The district governor, Rotarian Mogbeyi Tolu Omoshola, said the mission is to foster goodwill and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideals of service.
It is my pleasure to present to you this charter certificate for your club. Congratulations.
Rotary as an organization exists to carry out humanitarian services.
Next 1 year, we have 6 areas of focus in Rotary. We have water and sanitation, to provide water and sanitation around the world. We have child and motor mortality rate prevention.
The Director Training and Capacity Building, Uche Owono, stressed that the essence of life is to affect others positively.
Whatever you are doing must be to build somebody's destiny.
She's that woman that will make sure that every program that goes on air on NTA Network will be fit for broadcast.
Rotary Club is an international organization founded in 1905 by a lawyer, Paul Harris. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NTA News.
A look at some business reports. From pre-independence era, when the first set of coins was introduced, to the mid-1990s, coins were generally used for payment for goods and services. Gradually, coins became less acceptable. Today, coins are almost extinct in the Nigerian economy. Shikiola Ikpinaye takes the story from here.
In the 60s, coins were an integral part of the Nigerian currency, with pounds, shillings, and pence in use. In January 1973, the pounds, shillings, and pence were dropped with the introduction of naira and kobo. There were 4 denominations of 1 naira, 5 naira, 10 naira, and 20 naira in notes, while 1 kobo, 5 kobo, 10 kobo, and 25 kobo were in coins. In 1984, the 50 naira note was introduced, and gradually coin usage was no longer fashionable. The former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Charles Soludo, in another naira reconstruction in 1999 and mid-2000, introduced higher denominations of 100 naira, 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes. By then, the use of coins for day-to-day transaction in Nigeria was only found in history.
The last time I can remember I saw coins was in 2001 in Zaria, and I used it in buying Goruba.
In 2007, new coins denominations of 50 kobo, 1 naira, and 2 naira were issued, with an argument that the introduction would revive the culture of coin usage in the Nigerian economy as practiced in developed economies. But far from it, as the situation then appeared worse, just as presented in this scenario.
If you collect it, you can't spend it too.
But that's another problem.
The only way you can spend it is go and exchange in the bank.
Take it from my hand. If I see where I can spend the coins, I will collect. But since I know that if I collect it, nobody will take it from me, I won't collect because it means that I've just thrown away my money.
There's a way government can force and ensure strict compliance to ensure that all denominations, irrespective of whether it is note or coin, it is accepted.
In August 2010, the Central Bank of Nigeria announced its plan to restructure the naira again and reintroduce coins in 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, and 50 naira denominations. The decision generated a heated controversy in the country, as many argued that the move will jack up an already high inflation. The case became so heated up that the Nigerian Senate had to halt the CBN's decision. Then the status quo remained, with 50 kobo, 1 naira, and 2 naira coins remaining a viable legal tender in Nigeria, but a legal tender that is not acceptable in transaction. In Abuja, Shikiola Ikpinaye, NTA News.
And although the naira coins remain Nigeria's legal tender in Plateau State, they are no longer relevant in business transactions as traders do not accept them. Correspondent Adamu Haruna Adams reports that the non-usage of the coins in the day-to-day business transactions, economic experts say, has contributed to inflation.
A closer look at rural markets shows a non-existent coin exchange in transactions. It's very heavy, so you don't have bag to carry it. They are not using coins separately. If they give you coins, give another person.
If you take coins to the to any commercial bank today, and it's a legal tender, and you want to save it, of course you will save it.
Financial experts in Abakaliki, the Ebonyi state capital, have advocated a review of the country's monetary policy with a view to shoring up the value and purchasing power of the lower denominations of the nation's currency, which are in coins.
But the fact that people are forced to pay more than or higher than they should pay implies an inflationary trend.
This is the purchasing power of our currency.
From OCA comes a report that the policy introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria was in line with the Vision 2020 aimed at reducing cost of banking services and to improve effectiveness of monetary policy in managing inflation and driving economy. Some rural communities in Anambra State, many people noted poor service by the ATM, adding that the cashless policy has relegated the use of coins, which they say pushes up inflation and encourages corruption.
For the central bank or the federal government sensitize the masses, we put more awareness to Nigerians about the need and use of these coins.
In Enugu, Chiegonu Aro, NTA News.
And those were reports from the southeastern part of Nigeria. Meanwhile, the disappearance of coins in markets and other business centers has been described as one of the challenges crippling small-scale businesses, which leads to inflation. Correspondent Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports.
In Kano, where most of the traders in urban and rural are small-scale, the disappearance of coins has seriously affected their business, as many Nigerians no longer use coins in their daily transactions.
An samu na kasu wajen mu masu ƙananan sana'o'i.
Allah ya sa akwai waɗannan kwandaloli za ka ga cewa naira 3 idan ka ba yaro za su ishe shi ya je ya samu ya breakfast nashi a makaranta.
Does the coins affect the nation's economy?
The disappearance of the use of coins have succeeded in reducing the volume of most of the transactions that are done at micro level, small scale transactions. It has also succeeded in reducing the quality of the transactions, thereby posing difficulty in terms of getting change and other things.
Dr. Mukhtar said the present rate of inflation has overtaken the value of coins in the country, which need to be addressed. And the place of coins in the era of cashless economy has been practiced in developed countries like United States and United Kingdom. The Central Bank of Nigeria, which is responsible, declined comment on the issue. From Kano, Muhammad Rabi Ali, NTA News.
And a look at some stories outside Nigeria. Burkinabe's demand that the new military ruler steps down as the United Nations urges the return to constitutional rule. And the new United Nations report says global warming is already causing widespread impacts. Details and more with Uche Mwizu.
Thousands gathered in the center of Burkina Faso's capital to denounce what they refer to as a military coup. This is coming 2 days after mass protests forced President Blaise Compaoré to resign and Presidential Guard Commander Lieutenant Colonel Isaac Zida appointed as transitional leader. Opposition leaders denounced the power grab, while the United Nations warned of possible sanctions if Zida obstructed a return to civilian rule. A new UN report indicates that governments can keep climate change in check at manageable costs, but will have to cut greenhouse gas emissions to zero to limit fast worsening risks. The 40-page synthesis published since 2013 said global warming is now causing more heat extremes, downpours, acidifying the oceans and pushing up sea levels.
What's remaining for us is only 275 gigatons of carbon. So this clearly shows that we have a very limited window of opportunity, and I think the global community must look at these numbers and show the resolve by which we can bring about change.
The report says that if nothing is done by the end of this century, there will be a substantial decrease in farm yields. It also reveals that 95% man-made emissions of greenhouse gases are the major causes of warming since 1950. And a United Nations health worker suffering from Ebola has been flown to France from Sierra Leone for treatment. The UN worker is the second Ebola patient to receive treatment in France since the outbreak of the epidemic that has claimed over 4,000 lives. Meanwhile, the French nurse who was repatriated in September has fully recovered from the virus. Uche Mwizu, NTA News.
And back home, President Goodluck Jonathan has condoled with the family of the former governor of Bayelsa State, Dieprie Alamesia, whose son was killed in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. State House correspondent Shegulawale reports.
It is a time of grief
and a time to mourn the sudden departure of Oyamuyefa, son of former Governor Dipri Alamisia, whose death in Dubai remains a mystery. President Jonathan, in company of Governor Siraki Dixon, during a condolence visit to the family, described the death of the son of the former governor as very painful and a great loss, not only to the Alamisia family, but also the first family. The president urged Governor Alamisia and his wife and the entire family to take solace in God.
And to encourage you that, well, these things happen. And God knows the best. And God will give you the fortitude to bear this very painful loss, especially a mommy. It's not easy for a woman to carry a child for 9 months, pass through labor. And when the child is almost getting to the point where you'll be celebrating and the child will be looking after some of your own responsibilities and the younger ones, then all of a sudden you hear a story. Not that he was sick, but that he was dead. And the circumstances are not even very clear in a foreign land. But God will give you the effort to bear the loss.
Since this incident, we have all been in mourning. And as you grieve, we all grieve with you. It's a very painful period.
Former Governor Dipri Alamisia, still mourning the death of his son, says the deceased not a troublemaker. The deceased has since been buried. President Jonathan and members of his entourage have since returned to Abuja. In the State House, Shagun Lawale, NTA News.
And before we go, weather update is next, and highlight is on major cities' temperatures in Nigeria and around the world. And that's all from our newsroom at this time on NTA International. We thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Exotic land of rainbow, a giant in the sun, rich in human and natural resources, a land of cultural diversity for tourist appreciation. Nigeria occupies 923,766 square kilometers, accommodating over 250 indigenous languages. It is a wonderful environment for leisure and business. Nigeria, land of milk and honey, a paradise for tourists.
It's up to us, all of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.